Okay, where should I start? I'm back, y'all. I know I have said that I wasn't going to get bogged down with all of this weight loss, but some things happen unexpectedly. So let me go back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm AJ. I'm that mental health advocate, awareness, education chick. Yeah, her. And I've been losing weight since September-ish, July-ish of 2016. And I think I filmed the first weight loss update video after so many pounds lost in October of that year. So if you've been following my weight loss journey, I think I'm on the 7th or 8th video, and I might drop 10 to 15 pounds every video. What has happened recently, if anybody has been following my rants on Facebook, I was hospitalized, psychiatric hospital, for a total of 9 days. And the reason why that happened was I had a manic episode. Let me give you the disclaimer. If you do not understand triggers and symptoms and how easily it is for your mental health to decline, or that mental illness looks differently for every individual, or how, if you can't possibly understand how weight loss, something seemingly small as weight loss, can play into this, then please stop watching. I don't need your judgment. So the short version is this. I had a doctor's appointment that day with my psychiatrist to go get 2 prescriptions. She could have left them at the front desk if they were not narcotics. So by law, she actually had to see me that day. And she saw me, and as usual, had to take a piss test, which everyone across the board does because they also treat substance abuse patients in that facility. You have to take a piss test, you have to get weighed, you have to take your vitals just in case anything changes, and they want to make sure you're not overtaking your meds or undertaking them, or you don't have anything else special in your system, which I do not. I don't have a history of substance abuse, never have. And I did that. This was February 27th, because I take an antipsychotic shot once per month, and I had gone on January 30th, per as usual, and got the shot, and my weight was 220. That was maybe a 5 to 7 pound difference, which wasn't much, but I had been seeing changes on the scale every month. When I saw that I was still at 220 on February 27th, I lost it. Over this time, over the last 18 months that I've lost these 80 pounds, I have plateaued some, but at least the numbers were moving. From, say, September of last year until December, even until January of this year, I was still in the 230s. But at least the numbers were moving, 232, 238, 235. I said, okay, this is hopeful. But when I saw 220 and 220 again 30 days later, I felt so defeated. My heart was racing. My thoughts were all over the place. I couldn't stop shaking. I was on the verge of tears. And the life that flashed before my eyes was clothes not fitting, getting up and down the stairs, being winded as all get out, joint pains, throbbing, stinging pain in my joints and in my back, and it scared me because I said, okay, I was 220.4, now I'm 220.7. Dear God, I can't gain weight. What is going on? This can't be happening. And the more thoughts just rapid firing in my head, the more I couldn't stop shaking, and then I was in tears, and I left that doctor's office and went to my outpatient therapist. This is the one who I see who does not prescribe the drugs once every couple of weeks for an emergency appointment. I just remember not being able to sit down the whole 45 minutes, and I'm pacing in her office. But Dr. Matt, you don't understand, and I'm getting fat, and this can't be, and I don't know what's going on, and how could this have happened? And I felt like such a failure. I felt defeated, and I felt like I let myself down. Especially this audience that I have now, you wonderful guys who have been following me through this and calling me things like inspiration. I'm not. got too many problems. But this here is the transparency that I want people to see. You'll watch a lot of these weight loss journey videos on YouTube, and you'll see people, even through the blood, sweat, and tears, and the plateaus, and the starting over, and all, a lot of realism. A lot of reality for the ones who care to be honest and didn't do this overnight or crash course diet in a couple of weeks. They'll show you, okay, this is difficult, this has been tough, whether that was the gym days, that time of the month, or what have you. It's not always easy, but I want people, again, to see, especially black women over 40, that permanent weight loss is possible. And if I can do it on a fixed income with mental illness, then anybody can do this. So despite binge eating disorder and a few other things, and having those moments where I uncontrollably eat, it's like a nervous tick that I can't stop, that even despite those moments, I can still get back out there and walk. I can still get back out there and smoothie cleanse. I can still get out there and have my protein shakes as a substitute for a meal, blah, 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 blah. And that's what I want people to see. This is not going to be easy. And these last 20 pounds that I have to lose, I'm almost freaking out here, thinking to myself, my mental health cannot decline at this point. I've come too far, and I hope these last 20 pounds isn't going to be anywhere like what the last couple of weeks have been. I can't risk that. I'm not well enough emotionally. And after being diagnosed for 10 years and in consistent therapy for about 5.5, there's just that one piece of this that I have yet to really master or control, and it's that emotion regulation, it's that distress tolerance, and all this stuff they teach you in DBT. Have a slight video on dialectical behavioral therapy, go find that. But I can't, when my emotions hit 10, I can't de-escalate, I can't bring myself down, and the only thing that helps in that moment is a little bit of medication and me hyperventilating in the bag, but still the thoughts are there, and the feelings of depression and failure are still there. So all of that to say, what landed me into the hospital, y'all know if I took myself back to UNC after writing the book, I was in really, really great need of, medical attention, but I was in distress that dire. And here in this little town of Chapel Hill, where the main hospital or the only hospital is UNC, it was either between that and Duke. Trust me, if you're in North Carolina and you know what I'm talking about, you don't want to go get mental health care service in Durham County. You just don't. Durham caters to substance abuse, and they treat everyone like addicts. Don't get me started. That'll be part 2 to this video on how people with mental illnesses are disregarded, especially people who are tasked with our care. You get mental health care in Durham, trust me, you're guaranteed at least a 10-day stay at the state hospital, now Central Regional, what used to be called Dorothea Dix. But anyhow, I had a manic episode. I totally freaked out. I'm doing well now. I beat myself up and I binged a little bit, eating some of everything over the last few days. Got out, Thursday? Today's Tuesday? Yeah, so I binged. But I'm back on track today, eating my next to no meat diet and walking. And just a quick update, I did a product review for Orgain soy-free vegan shakes. The head of PR contacted me. She loved it. They want me to do another one. Yay! So maybe I could get to be a brand ambassador or something. Somebody is taking notes. Somebody's noticing. And I hope that this just serves, one, as a cautionary tale for what not to do when you feel like you've failed, and 2, some kind of a bright spot as to what is possible after you've hit that bump in the road. So that is what happened. I had a manic episode triggered by feelings of failure and freaking out on the scale. And going forward, I know I'll just wait till I get that 1-month appointment and weigh myself then. I do have to see her now every week for the next few weeks. And I promise I'll get on the scale backwards and I'll tell the nurse not to tell me what it is. So in a month, hopefully I will have dropped. I've gained 4 pounds now, so I'm at 224. So I will have dropped maybe 8 or 9 pounds just to be in the 2 teens solid. And I know that 197, 100-pound mark is possible. I know it's possible, but it will seem more doable once I'm in the teens, because I know if I'm in the two teens, I can get to 210 easily, and then 205, and then 197. So thanks a lot for your prayers and your concern. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Part 2 will be coming very, very, very soon. And yeah, that's about what happened. I went there. I was supposed to discharge in 2 days, and of course, retaliation for the book. I don't care what they say. Retaliation for the book. I was sent to another hospital, not the state hospital, but another psychiatric hospital here in North Carolina. And I was there for 7 days. No one could tell me why. So, thanks, UNC. I shall add this little incident, since you transferred me without reason, to the list of things that I am suing you for. Wellness wishes. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I said, don't worry about me. I'll be okay. This too shall pass. Mwah. See y'all later.